Welcome to Perazzo Brothers Gaming. Today we are ranking another Ancient's Relics. My hair is starting to gray, but I'm not ancient yet. This ancient is Vakuu. He's like a little bit of a devil, Faustian Vargans. Everything comes with a curse and a blessing. So, um, if you haven't watched one of these videos before, we're gonna go around. Everyone's gonna put in a tier. We'll discuss it, maybe shift things depending on what we decide. But really, the important thing to know is we're ranking these within Vaku's relics. So, for these might be great relics compared to basic relics. They might be terrible relics compared to ancient relics, but the tiers will be based off I have seen Vaku. Now, which of these will be good to take? Anything else? Anybody else wants to add?
No, let's do it. Let's hop in.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
I'm
introduce everyone.
Ben.
I'm Joseph.
I'm Ben.
I'm Alex.
I'm Becky. It's nice to be here.
I'm,
Yeah, welcome, Becky.
I'm
Long time.
Ben.
Becky's a long-time viewer, first-time participant. So if you happen to be related to us, you might make it in a video sometime.
I'm Ben.
Blood-soaked rose. Upon pickup, add one thrall to your deck. Thralls are 2 energy curse that says if this is your hand, it must be played before other cards, and it is eternal. Gain 1 energy at the start of each turn. I am Ben. Where should this relic go?
Um, I think Bloodsucked Rose is an interesting one. It is clearly very, very good in large decks. In smaller decks, it's not going. It's gonna. It's still gonna end up being +1 net if you go through your deck 3 times, right? You spend 2 energy 1 turn, so you're down to 2 1 turn, and then you have 4 the other 2 turns. So you gain 1 energy every time through your deck as a total, but you're gonna not always want to play it. I think this card's probably this relic is probably a solid B or C tier. I frequently choose not to take it though because I am running smaller decks. If I'm running a big deck, I think this is going to be like an A tier energy relic as far as the energy relics go. So probably B tier.
Yeah, I have a couple thoughts here. I feel like, just as Ben said, this is definitely much stronger in a bigger deck. I think on top of that, there have been several times when I've had a card such as a Tyranny or a Tools of the Trade that just make this broken good. And so there are specific circumstances. I also feel like if you have, yeah, certain cards that can handle curses better, it becomes much stronger. Yeah.
Anything that can exhaust status, things that are good against status giving effects, right, are really good against eating this as well.
I mean, do status eating effects affect curses?
Well, no, not specifically, not like defects, status synergies, but just hey, wow, look at this. I draw 1 card, exhaust 1 card every turn, right?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fantastic with Blood Soaked Rose,
Because
right?
what I realized is that like yeah, tools of the trade and tyranny obviously just eliminate this thing and it's really good. But what I realized is that discard effects you can't actually just discard out of your hand because you need to play it before you need to play
hmm
the enthrall before you can play the discard card. So it's actually only specifically good with tyranny and tools of the trade, which are both rare cards. But if you do get
Or
that, it is
I
S tier in my opinion. But anyway, yeah.
prepared and is it hidden daggers? Draw a card, discard a card.
Yeah, but you need
You
to play
draw into
enthrall
it.
before you can play prepared.
You play the prepared, draw into it, and discard it.
Ah,
Yeah. Or
yes.
or
True.
I
acrobatics,
hadn't thought
right?
about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. Good stuff.
I agree. I think B tier is a good spot for it. It's not one I like to take, but yeah, it wouldn't hurt a big deck. Joseph, your thoughts?
I like B. I'm kind of partial towards energy relics, but um, yeah, I mean, make sure it's not going to screw you over, right? If you've got 12 cards in your deck, just probably don't take it. But there's a lot of times you
And
can
don't
take it.
take this when you have Bing Bong. I've done that. And you can't even save scum because you can't save scum after ancients.
Yep. Yep. It's peak. Love Bing Bong.
What is Bing Bong?
Every card you add to your deck, you get another copy of, and so you get two
Ah,
of the cards.
It's one of
yeah,
the dolls from the doll room.
got it.
Fiddle. Becky, how about you place this? At the start of each turn, draw 2 additional cards. You may not draw cards during your turn.
It obviously depends on if I'm playing a lot of cards that draw cards. If I have none, then it's A tier, right? It's great. But some decks float all around drawing cards. So I think it can stay A tier because I just want to pick it if I'm running a card drawing deck.
I kind of hate Fiddle
I
because I really like drawing cards. So I want to put Fiddle in C tier. But
E
like,
tier. Wow.
yeah, yeah, I just
I
uh,
I think the one I play with most is the one with Otzi, and she doesn't draw a lot of cards. The
Unless you have a lot of
Necrobinder.
souls specifically, is the card draw. Yeah, but like I agree exactly what Becky was saying. Where in decks, like it has been several times that I've had a deck that I'm like, look at my deck and I'm like, huh, I only have a few cards that draw, like 3 cards or 2 cards or even 1 card that draws. Maybe that just means my deck is bad. I don't know. But in those circumstances, I'm just like, wow, the violin is the best relic that I could possibly get right here. It just functions as my entire card draw that I ever need for the entire rest of the run. And then if I do have card draw, yeah, it is bad. But like I found it really powerful in many circumstances. It just completely solves a card draw problem if you're having one. And I agree with A tier placement like Becky. Yeah.
ugh,
yeah, I okay.
ugh.
Personally, I think this one might even be S as far as Vaku relics go. Pretty weak, and so like obviously, if you have card draw, you don't want this. But having this being one of the 3 options that you could see, um,
Yeah,
the other 2 options are probably going to be fine for your deck. And you just, but if you need fiddle, if you need card draw, this solves every single card draw issue a character can have. If you only have like 1 copy of acrobatics, 1 card of anything that draws you cards, plus 2 cards a turn is so much. And so I really do think Fiddle is like an insane relic. If this was like an Act 2 boss relic, it'd be amazing because it's like, oh, I haven't built my deck around this yet, right? And by Act 3, you probably want that, but like it is run winning, this relic, compared to a lot of other Vaku relics. When there's times I go to Vaku and I'm like, I don't want anything from you, man. I have to choose which boon to take. And sometimes fiddle is a boon, right? But it can
Bane.
it's so much upside compared to the rest.
Okay. Okay, the
Yeah,
gold,
good
fiddle
take, Ben.
gold.
You've convinced me even further.
Uh, Whispering Earrings. I'm gonna do this one. Gain 1 energy at the start of each turn. Vaku plays your first turn for you. Who's seen that and said, "Oh my gosh, that's terrible. That's scary." And then you take it the first time and you're like, "Oh, fuck you, you did an okay job." And then you have an extra energy the rest of the time.
He
I
just
think,
plays them in order from left to right.
yeah, he just plays them in order from left, right, whatever. Uses all your energy. Usually does just like kind of a fine job. I think this is A tier. I think the the, the bad side is way better than Blood Soaked Rose. Um, I think it is important if you've got things that like will exhaust your entire hand and you've got cards that you really need, right? You've got a card that will exhaust your entire hand. You have a power that you need to play for your deck to work. Don't take this, right? Because eventually that will happen and it will end your run or something. Or it can happen, right? But if you're just playing good cards, like you often are, everything's good. Nothing can be kill you if it's out of order. It's just great.
I also think X cost cards are a very scary thing
Yeah.
with this as well.
Yep.
I once picked this up and I got Dirge on my far left 3 combats in a row and just lost.
Yep.
Like
I think if you have a lot X cost cards, 3 cost cards, you got to be much more weary. Sly cards are really bad with earrings. They just cost way too much, and you don't want to raw play them. Additionally, I don't know. What was the other point I was gonna make? Oh, if you have things such as anchor or the skill that is innate that does what anchor does in defect, I'm forgetting the name right this second. But those help ensure that your first turns are very consistent. And so, like, regardless of what Vakuu does, you're like, well, I always have anchor to rely on, so I'll be okay at least, kind of idea. So that's when it's even better.
Are innate cards always leftmost in your
Yes.
hand because they're first?
Yep.
That's another great thing for you, right? You got an innate card, it's kind of guaranteed to be played.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you have 4 energies, so you'll play something good.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I do agree with A tier. I just think if you have like two, even 3 cost cards or 2 X cost cards, I'd be more scared to pick it up.
I mostly just find it annoying. I'm like, you're doing such a bad job of playing the card. So I like watch him play them, and I'm like, no, play that one first, and I get annoyed. So I do not pick this if there's a better option. So I'd move it down to B tier.
I will say additionally, in multiplayer, I don't know, maybe it's just funny, but like the fact that my teammate can never play vulnerable before I play my entire turn, like there is no coordination in the first turn. It does not matter. Like Vakuu just goes. He plays all the cards first. There's nothing your teammate can do. And that can be fine sometimes, but okay, it looks like
yeah, Alex, you really messed up a lot that one run after picking up this.
yeah.
You would not wait for any of
I
my
just
cards, man.
yeah, I just would not wait for you. Just gotta go fast.
Alex, Distinguished Cape. Upon pickup, lose 9 max HP, add 3 apparitions to your deck. Apparitions are ethereal, gain 1 intangible, exhaust. Upgraded, they lose the ethereal.
This one's so broken, bro. This one's S tier by a long shot. It's like if I see it, I don't think there's a single time that I've seen it and haven't picked it up. Like maybe once when Violin was like absurd and I had 0 cost card draw in my deck. But like it just makes everything so much easier. You have so much time to play your powers. You have so much time to get your deck going. I think this is like, yeah, broken.
I've never taken it.
Try it.
Try it.
I feel like it could be really good, but I see it and I'm like, I don't want that. Stop messing with my health pool.
So Becky, it's
Okay.
not just can be really good; it's always really good.
It's so absurd.
Average
-9,
crazy.
You get 3 cards that
-9
read
max.
one mana block infinite. You're just like, okay, that's pretty good.
I don't know. I've played one game with intangible and it was fine, but I prefer to have block. Block I think makes more sense to me, where intangible I'm like, but I only want to use it when they're doing a big attack.
And sometimes, yeah, sometimes you draw it when they're not, and then it's just a waste of a card.
And they're sometimes worth upgrading, so they get rid of ethereal so that you can wait until the boss is doing their giant attack on their 4th turn. Boom. It doesn't do anything, and then you do whatever else you want, right?
Shout out to that run. I got the remove exhaust ability on one of these.
Yeah.
Kind of a crazy pull.
Wow.
Just, yeah, no. So many of Baku's relics have like some amount of downside. Minus nat 9 max HP is such a small downside compared to any of these others. I'm not sure it's my favorite in the pool because I'm frequently blocking for enough already. What I need is more damage in a lot of my runs. And so sometimes I'm like, I can't take this because it doesn't solve any of my problems with my deck currently. But if you're an offensive deck, then it solves all of your defense issues the rest of the run.
Yeah, and
pretty
even
much.
if you're a defensive deck that has like 2 footworks that need to get going, this just stalls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's going S tier. I think the crew has decided. The Ben Preserved Frog. Upon pickup, remove 3 cards from your deck. Add Folly to your deck. Folly is an unplayable, ethereal, innate, eternal. So it basically says 1 less card on your first turn because it is innate.
Yeah. I actually really like Preserved Fog. Like, sometimes in some decks, this is just the push to make it able to go infinite. You could also read this as, if you haven't removed a card this run, what is it like? Even without removing any cards in your deck so far, this is plus 375 gold, something like that. -1 card draw every turn, first turn, something like that, right? Because you're not paying for the 3 card removals in the shop, which is just pretty solid for -1 card draw once per combat. I think this is either like high A or bottom of S. I will frequently take this. I know it used to be better of like remove 4 or something like that. It didn't have a turn or something like that. It was crazy. um, but I do still think this one's very strong.
This is another one I haven't taken. I think I'm often running very large decks. At least I do a lot of dailies, and so I get a lot of random cards at the beginning of dailies. And so then just removing things doesn't make a big difference because in a lot of them there isn't even standard cards to remove. They're just not in there. So but sure, it can go in A tier.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite on the tier of Cape. I don't think anything will be, if I'm being honest. But it, yeah, A tier feels fine with me. I might put it below the other 2 if I'm being honest. But I'm also fine with it there.
I'm a big fan of removes. One thing to note with this is kind of like 2 removes, right? Because you get the folly, except for the folly does disappear by itself, which is nice. Um, removes, the most important thing to think about here is removes are stronger the more removes you've done. So if you have all your starting cards, this is probably very bad. Um, you just take out 3 strikes or whatever. Not a bad thing, but much worse. But if you're like me and you've removed 4 or so cards by this point in the run, this says take out half of the remaining. You know, you've got 2 defense left in your deck. And it feels very good having a deck that doesn't have the base starting cards in it. Siri Talon, upon pickup, add 2 random curses from the starting pool and 3 wishes to your deck. Wishes are 0 energy, retain, put a card from draw pile into your hand, exhaust. Um, and the and whose turn are we on?
I think it's mine. I don't
They
think I've
gave
taken
you
this one either, but I could see it being quite good in some decks. I think I'd put it in B tier. Uh, Ben is giving me a face. But
You've
retain is
never
the
picked the second option. The second option on Vakuu has never been taken because these are all from the same pool.
Huh.
You'll see one of these 3, and so you've never taken anything as the second option.
Interesting.
well, um, that is interesting. But I've run a few different Necrobinder decks that focus on bringing back cards from the discard pile, and it's kind of fun. So I could see this going into one of those decks.
Yeah, I
Where do you put it? What tier, Becky?
B.
think yeah, she said B. Uh, the wishes are particularly powerful when your deck is kind of contingent upon one breakpoint. Like Thomas brings up frequently, man, if this card had an 8, that would be really, really good for me, kind of idea. And wishes effectively kind of allow any card you want to have an 8, or at least second turn, you're likely to draw one of the 3 wishes that you're adding to your deck. That's not always the case, but it really helps with consistency of decks. Frequently, I'm not sure how often I find that being the case, and I'm not sure how that the downside of getting 2 random curses is felt. Um, but if you do have a very specific card you need, can be good. But I would probably put this in C tier
For example,
at
if your deck
best.
entirely hinges upon playing Barricade, right? This could say, hey, you have 4 copies of Barricade now. You're always going to get it out early. Um, I think this relic was
Without having to have 4 copies of
True.
barricade either.
which
Yeah,
you know,
because barricade doesn't stack well.
no, but
Yeah.
it's a perfect example though, because
Yeah.
like you could lots of times we've built decks around having the barricade effect, right? But I think this guy stinks. I think this is D tier. I think this is one of the worst relics we're going to see today. I don't know. I hate 2 random
Yeah,
curses.
yeah,
And
That is
think it's
bad. Yes.
I think it's B tier. I think
really.
frequently we overvalue we un I look at this and I don't take it that often, but I feel like when I look at it, every time I'm like, I am undervaluing how good the card wishes, and I think I am overvaluing how bad a curse can be because I don't think the curses are actually all usually that bad. I'm looking at the wiki page and it is add 2 random curses from a certain pool. I don't know what curses are in that pool, but like it is
It's
preventing you from,
probably not bad luck.
yeah,
I think it's
it's
probably
not going to
out of
be
the
like,
pool.
Enthrall, which we've
Yeah,
mentioned, right?
yeah.
yeah. um so I think that like if I knew it was in that pool more, maybe I'd take it more. I think there's just a certain mystery around it where I'm like, it's too scary, but I think it really is probably a B tier thing where you just get to design your first turn sometimes if it's a small deck, right? I drew 2, I drew 1, right? I get to for sure get my best cards out this turn. I think it probably has a lot more playability than we see and look at it.
Yeah, that being said, I definitely don't think it's B tier. I think you
I
made some good points, but I'm not convinced it's on even the same level as Rose.
but like the curses often stick in your deck, right? So we're talking about wishes giving you upfront consistency at the curse of down long-term inconsistency, right? So you really need upfront consistency, and like I don't know. I think we'll put it in C tier.
Can I also just crash out about heavy tablet for a second? The
Uh,
1 in 3 rare
ha-
cards
ha-
get a random curse. I swear, every time I've taken that recently, I've got in debt and not been able to get rid of it from my deck because it's just removing all of my money every combat.
Yep, get wrecked.
Oh, I really don't like that curse. My money.
Choices
Anyway,
paradox. At the start of each combat, add 1 of 5 random cards into your hand. Add retain to the chosen card. Are we on Alex?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've picked this one not very often. Probably the same amount as another one we're gonna get to. That being said, I picked it like twice. I think literally twice, and it was okay. I've never really felt like it was powerful, but like occasionally it got me a good card. I'm just overall not very impressed with with it, but I think I need to play with it more because it's probably more powerful than I think it is. I mean, I have gotten specific like, oh, that's Feel No Pain. I would love another copy of Feel No Pain. I'm already running a Feel No Pain deck. Kind of idea, but that being said, I'd probably put it in C tier at best. Yeah, C tier feels fine if Talon's in C tier. Yeah.
Pertain's a good keyword. I don't have much
Yeah.
thought on Choice Paradox. I kind of want to try it more just because it seems fun, but I haven't taken it much because it doesn't seem very powerful.
It's the only Vakuu relic I've never taken, I'm pretty sure. But I do think, I don't know. It like, I look at it, I'm like, compared to some of these other ones, it's not gonna make you win a run. 1 of 5 random cards can be good, right? I like colorless potions. I like attack potions. I like skill potions. This is basically just an attack potion at the beginning of every combat. You don't get the card for free, but you get to play it when you want. So it's like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem powerful enough, especially with like what's her face that gives you every potion slot full of potions before every combat. When I'm like, oh yeah, when this is just basically an attack and skill potion mixed together, almost not even quite as strong as that. Anyways, have just every potion slot full as another option from a different one. I'm just like, yeah, this is probably not that good.
Yeah, I agree it can be C tier, but I also think it's fun. It just does weird things, and you're like, oh, what am I doing this combat? Like each combat is then subtly different because you start with a different card.
I should ask, as someone that hasn't taken it, random cards from your card pool, I assume? You
Yes.
can't get colorless or other characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it can
Would
be
be peak if you could.
it can
That'd
be
actually be awesome.
any rarity, any type of card. Yeah. Attack, skill, or power.
Ooh, you have the prismatic gem. Do you think it'd give you?
Probably.
Probably.
That's sick.
And it's a very powerful effect. Um, just not necessarily powerful compared to ancient relics, right?
Yeah.
This was a
Yeah.
common relic. It would probably be one of maybe the strongest common relic.
I hope it would be. If an ancient relic is not stronger than every common
It's
relic
not
in the
stronger
game.
than. I love Anchor's awesome.
Anchor's
Anchor.
your favorite?
Yeah,
It might be. We haven't
probably.
ranked them yet,
We haven't
but it
ranked them.
probably is.
Huh. Weird.
Um, Jeweled Mask. This is going to me because we skipped me. At the start of combat, put a random power into your draw pile. From your draw pile into your hand. It's free to play. This gives you 1 extra card. It gives you all the consistency that this Talon guy gave you. I think it's better than Talon guy, but I think it might still be just top of C tier. You'll know if this it's either C or
Ben's
B tier
crashing
for
out.
me. Ben's crashing out. I'm hearing him. It's great consistency piece. I like the energy more probably. Well, let me think about Bloodsoaked Road for a second. Now I'm gonna put it on B tier with Bloodsoaked Rose. You'll know if you just have no powers that this works with, but often if you have 1 or 2 powers, this is a great choice. It just says I have them. Ben.
Uh, I think this is Waku's best relic.
That's
Wow.
really
Wait,
What?
better than
No,
Cape,
no,
bro?
no. What?
Yes.
Stop, bro. Stop the cap.
It is so unbelievably consistent. There are almost no decks that you get to this point and don't have a power. And it reads, get your setup card out for free on turn 1.
It
It's
reads
not
draw
free.
1 card,
It's
gain 1 energy on turn 1.
No, it
Sometimes.
doesn't.
Yeah, it does. I played
It's
decks where I
so
have like
no. It's
6
I,
most
power
power cards.
cards, and I just like
Most
get one. It's like whatever. I mean, I get that it's my power card, it's my setup card, but like I don't like whatever, bro. It's not that good.
most
It's not that
power.
good.
I'm usually running like a well laid plans or an echo form or a what's the 0 cost one from defect. I'm
Feral.
usually running at least 1 power card that costs more than 1. And so I'm usually getting like +2 or 3 energy from this on
Yeah,
and
if
+1
you
draw
only have
and
like
set
2
up on
powers.
turn 1.
I'm gonna be honest. I forgot. I probably read it out loud, but I forgot that the power was free to play.
You did read it out
I'm
loud.
gonna put it above Bloodsoaked Chris. It doesn't substantially change,
So
but
good.
I'm
It's
now very
so
confident it's not C tier, and I'd put it at the top of B.
I think this is easily S tier. I
Wow.
would take it
I
over any relic except me sometimes Distinguished Cape. I think it and Distinguished Cape are the 2 S tier relics from Vakuu.
I think maybe you play the Necro Binder too much because the Necro
I've been
Binder is
playing
very
mostly
power
silent
focused.
recently.
doesn't Silent have mostly 1-cost power cards?
Yeah,
I'm playing well. I have laid plans. Every time I've seen this, I've had a well laid plans in my deck, man.
Yeah, and I don't know how
That's a 2
insane of a
cost.
boss relic is if it just says you get a well-laid plans and you play turn 1. Like, compared to
Turn 1 well laid
Violin
plans.
or free extra energy or the cape that you compared it to, bro, the cape is way better. Don't even go
Violin
there.
might also be S tier, actually. Now that you bring it up, Violin might be S tier. Uh,
I mean,
okay,
you were
okay.
arguing for S2 with the
I'm
Violin.
hearing Ben saying S. I'm saying a firm B. Are you guys A's? Are you guys D's? Where are you guys?
I'm
I'm
a bit,
good with B.
I'm good with B.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I could see Ben's like so passionate about this that he's like half convincing me it's A, even though I pick the ones in A tier and S tier way more often than I pick this. This one I'm like, yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I feel comfortable with B. But
Okay.
I could see where I
it's
could be
also
wrong.
the only boss relic I think that Vaku has that doesn't have a downside.
The
What do you mean?
downside
What
is it's
about
only
the Lord
okay.
Parasol or the
True,
music box?
true. Oh yeah, the music
This
box
is
doesn't have
the
a
no
downside.
downside
The
pool. If you
music
didn't
box
know,
has a downside.
Does it?
Yeah, if you play the card now, it's stuck in your deck, so you can just make
Just
your deck
don't play it.
really
It's
big if you don't
ethereal.
want.
it's
Yeah,
ethereal.
Therefore, there's
It's
no
ethereal.
downside.
There's
It
no
just does
downside.
nothing. You could just have the relic do nothing. That counts as no
that's
downside.
fair.
Okay, technically, it could max out your hand size.
Yeah.
And then go into
Maybe.
your. No wait,
And then you
no.
don't draw. Anyway.
Let's talk about it when we get to it. Lord's Parasol is next before we can get to Music Box. When you encounter the merchant, immediately obtain everything he sells. Ben.
uh, Alex talked me up on Lord's Parasol.
Did I? Oh, I did.
I
I did. I did.
used to believe this was like the worst boss relic in the game, and Alex taught me there is use cases for Lord's Parasol. If I have a bad run that's made it to Act 3, which happens sometimes it's like I should not be here. I've got an incredible potions. I am just kind of here. My deck does not have any bright future. I'm getting hard countered by Aeon Glass or something at the top floor. Like, I need to do something. Lord's Parasol, it can solve all your problems, baby.
It can be, maybe.
Does it, if
It,
you encounter more than one shop, does it clear out
Yep.
both of
Yep.
them?
Yep.
Just
Oh
keeps
Yep.
my.
going.
I mean, yeah,
I've
if you're,
never taken this one because
yeah, no,
why? But
it gets you
You can
three,
remove a card if you get a bad
Three
card.
three
relics.
relics, three relics, three
3 relics
potions.
at every
does give
shop.
you 3 relics.
I would rather
You can get
almost,
9 relics from this.
no matter what your deck is doing, just a random card is almost always better than a strike or a defend. And so you're seeing more random cards, right? Like
Yeah,
it can
if you,
make your deck
if your
pretty okay.
if your deck is a hunk of junk, it can like make it a decent hunk of junk, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why
Probably
it's
still
C
like
tier, not
C
D
tier.
tier. Could we convince ourselves of
C
C tier,
tier,
Ben?
maybe.
Could we?
I
Could we?
might be able to.
I don't know if I can.
Okay. I think both the relics in C tier, I've been kind of like they might be B tier, and so I feel like putting it with those relics feels a little bad. right? Because I don't think it's as good as those other two, but I do think it might be a C tier in my heart, right? But it's probably just D tier, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Ooh, and
Yeah,
this
it's
relic
D
with
tier.
Bing Bong, baby, with Bing Bong, the synergies.
okay. We haven't discussed why this relic stinks. What's great about it is that you get the relics, right?
Yeah.
You have free relics from the shop. What's terrible about it is you have to take 7 unchosen cards, right?
Uh-huh.
2 are colorless.
Two
Just
are
saying.
colorless,
Just
which are
saying.
slightly better if you have to unchoose.
And you're
Not
gonna remove a card.
You get to remove one of the bad cards you get.
Yeah.
you.
And you get to fill up your potion slots.
Fill up your potion slots. But you don't get to choose how you fill up your potion slots. But you get to fill up your potion slots.
Any
Wait,
Yeah, you
you
get
don't
or
wait,
identity.
you don't get to choose how you fill up your potion slots? What if
Yeah,
you have more?
if your potion slots are full, it'll just take from left to right. You don't get to pick which ones you get for free.
Oh,
But
that's
You'll
you will
have
also
money.
have like infinite money
yeah,
because
You'll
you don't
have
get to spend any, so you probably
yeah.
can just discard and grab a potion if you needed to.
oh, they just
But
stay in the shop and you can buy them.
hmm
yeah.
yeah,
Interesting.
which
Has
is
anyone
also
had this
annoying.
and gotten the event shop?
I have not.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm,
I'm curious if you just
that would
get
be so cool.
You get Snecko
all the
Eye
silly relics.
I love
Yeah,
this.
I want
but
an
for
inflatable
free.
anchor
for free.
for free.
Okay.
Oh wait, you get confused from that. You could just get
Yeah,
confused.
you get Snecko Eye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Confused and you didn't choose any of your cards.
So it's so bad. The world is a better place for it existing, though. Alex,
Yes.
music box. Oh, is this supposed to be Becky's turn? Becky, you okay if I
Yeah, I
skip
think
you,
it's
or do you want the music box?
Alex can do it.
okay.
What's music
Music
box?
box. Create an ethereal copy of the first attack you play each turn.
Yeah, this one's interesting. I generally find that I haven't found very many good use cases for it. But the couple that I have, it's really, really good. I don't know. Maybe you guys have better experiences with it than I do. The best I've gotten is like playing Bully twice, and that's been broken. But like outside of Zero, I think the problem is the second copy you still have to pay for, which means if you get any 2 cost attacks, you can't play both copies unless you got an energy relic earlier or have other energy production that obviously exists in the game. But that's obviously much more difficult, which means we're looking at 1 cost attacks or 0 cost attacks, and I just don't know how many 1 cost or 0 cost attacks you actively want to replay besides like uh Bully, Helix Drill, or like Claw. I mean, I don't know, maybe just playing an extra, it's per turn. Maybe if I just read it as you get a free feral and it's effectively jeweled mask and you get your feral into your hand and then you play it down for free and you get more copies reoccurring in your deck. That actually doesn't sound so bad when I compare it to Jeweled Mask getting a feral. I still, for me, this is like a C tier.
Yeah. I know I talked to Alex about a run I had where Music Box won me the run. It was the reason I was able to win. Um, I didn't really have any options against Doormaker at the top of the floor. I got got the 0 cost Necrobinder card when you have when you play a 2 cost card, bring all these back into your hand. And I was just able to get all my damage output because I was able to just mass produce these in my deck.
The
Um,
the Regent card?
no, Necrobinder. When you play a 2 cost card, bring
Oh,
this from
play
your
2 cost
discard
card.
into your
Sorry, yeah,
hand.
I was thinking Make It So, which is 2 skills.
Yeah.
Or 3 skills. Anyway, okay, sorry. Yeah.
And that was my damage output that I needed to get through that fight. It also has some interesting things with the Necrobinder specifically, because Necrobinder has stuff for every ethereal card you play, stuff like that. And so mass producing ethereal cards can be pretty good for that. So it has a little bit of individual deck synergies, which I like from a lot of boss relics. Like, oh, this could work really cool with this character. So I think it's probably like bottom of B, top of C. about what Alex said. I might be a little bit higher on it, but I think can be really solid. And I think unlike a lot of the B and or a lot of the C tier relics and B tier besides Jeweled Mask, has won me runs when I feel like the other ones have been like, this would be good for me, and hasn't just been like single handedly the thing that was able to win me the run.
Yeah, it's got a higher pop off, but a lower floor, right? Higher ceiling, lower floor. But you should be able to know that by looking at your deck. If this has a big pop off, so do consider it. But usually you're not going to want to take it over what other things Vaku offers.
I disagree. I would put it in A tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. I think I run with a lot of zero cost cards. And it doesn't have a downside, which I also like. So
Well, okay. As I was saying before, the downside on this is if you're playing with zero cost cards and you don't want to, right? You play it on a slice. I think that's the name of the zero cost card that's in the silent. Deals 6 damage, zero cost. And you play that a couple times. All of a sudden, you've
your
gone
deck
through
is
your deck
full of
and now
those.
you're just full of slices, right?
Right. But
And you just don't play them once to get rid of them, but those are dead draws still sometimes.
They're not dead drops. They generate more slices, Ben.
True.
yeah.
They deal 6
Um,
damage.
Yeah, but like I really like it. It may not be that powerful. You convinced me that there are stronger ones, but I like it. I'd put it in A tier just because how much I like it.
This is why she's never taken anything from pool 2.
Because Music Box too good.
That's too good.
Yeah, I think I kind of love our tier list. The only thing I would change is moving Fog is what's that one? The top of A tier one to the bottom of A tier. Just move it down 2 spots, still in A tier, and then everything else looks perfect to me.
I think I would move like 5 or 6 different relics. Uh, so
No, this
I think it's great.
yeah,
Okay.
this tier
All
list
right,
looks
looks
perfect.
good to me.
We want to hear in the comments if you disagree. The thing that you disagree the most with us, we want you to tell us in the comments. I will answer, and I will say that your mom is a lovely person. If you comment below the thing that you disagree with the most.